Lao Tzu, who wrote the Tao, said the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the very first step. You gotta take the first step. Whether it's stepping toward your destiny. When I wrote my first book, and I wrote my first book back in 2010, and I had wanted to write it for 15 years. It just wasn't the right time, right? Situations dictated at that point changed that it allowed me to write the book. The minute I started writing that book, everything changed.
Maybe I should write a book.
Everything changed. Now the title, and it's not the first one that's being published. I purposely, the book is called True Destiny, which is where all of this stuff started, was the first book. It was all the way, it was to the publisher. It was getting ready to go through the design phase, and I called my publisher and I said, pull it.
Wow.
Huh?
Really?
Pull it. Pull it. Because in the meantime, I had written 3 other books. All right? And I said, I want this book, which was my 3rd book, I want it to come first. Because I want to be able to put it out there, and because True Destiny is my baby. Okay, well, it's mine, God's baby, for that matter. It's humanity's baby. But I'm the voice, I'm the one that's doing it. And I wanted it to be something special, because it's special to me. And it wasn't ready. I looked at it, I said, it's not ready, it's not what I want. And the 3rd book was much more ready. And I said, okay, let's put this one out first. And it really delayed by 2 years, because the first one is just now getting published. Well, within a matter of weeks it's being published. But I couldn't let my timeline dictate. See, time is an illusion. You understand that? Einstein said this. It's an illusion. Yes, we understand there's 60 seconds per minute, and there's 60 minutes per hour, and there's 24 hours per day, and so. But that's man's conception of time. It's not God's conception of time. If you're the same yesterday, today, and forever, if you're eternal, if you're infinite, what does time have to do with it? It doesn't. We put down limits on time. Oh, I've got to make my first million by the time I'm 30. I've got to be the head of the company by the time I'm 40. Oh, I got to have a baby by the time I'm 25 because my biological clock is ticking. I don't mean that in a sexist way. I'm just saying those are comments that you hear all the time about time. Time means nothing. You may be blessed and you may discover your destiny when you're 10 years old. You may never discover your destiny until you're 80. People say, oh, 80, I'm so old. Forget about time. If you discover your destiny when you're 80 years old, you are going to have the time you need to do what it is that you were created to do. You will have that time. Because why? Because God put you here for that very reason. If you think that you were put here on this earth, willy-nilly, just to take up space, you are crazy. You were put here, and you accepted your charge to come here to do something. To be something. So, if God, once again, is perfect, and your design and your being here is perfect, then you will have the time you need to accomplish the things that you're supposed to accomplish in life. Yeah, you may only get a year to do it, but who cares? You can change a nation in a year. It doesn't matter. Forget about time. Forget about it. Well, don't forget about it as much as when you got to be to work and things like that, but forget about time in terms of timelines. It means nothing. Those are things that man's conditioning have made you believe have to be. These are the earmarks that I have to meet. I have to do it this, 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 and this. No, you do not. Forget about it. Time means nothing when it comes to your destiny. You will walk in your destiny when it was ordained for you to walk in it. And up until that time, you are learning what you need to learn to be able to walk in that destiny. If I told you that your destiny was to create a huge medical center to eradicate cancer in this world, if I told you that right now, what would that do to you?
Give me anxiety.
It would blow your mind.
Yeah.
But if you follow the dreams that you have, because dreams are stepping stones to your destiny. Why do you have dreams? To show you little bits and pieces of where you take that baby step, baby step, baby step. And every time you achieve a dream, you're one step closer to your destiny. So God's not going to say, here's your destiny, walk in it, you'll choke. You'll literally choke. So he's got to take it little bitty steps, just like you got to take it little bitty steps. But once again, time means nothing. Little tiny steps, little bit, little bit, little bit. Right, ever go on a binge diet? Ever been in a binge diet? What happens? Lose all kinds of weight. And then what happens? Put it back on with friends. Right? Instead of changing your lifestyle and doing it right and taking it down, where you keep it off. Because you've learned why you don't eat the way that you used to eat. How much more successful are you when you do it that way? So you just jump out into your destiny. What's going to happen? Now, I'm not saying that you can't be successful, but you're going to bruise a knee or two when you hit the ground. You go boom and get hurt. Scrapes and bruises are going to happen. Why? Because you tried to do it on your own. You can't do it on your own. You just simply can't.
Got a question about when you say dreams.
Yeah.
Now, when you say dreams, what exactly are you saying? You say dreams like when you're asleep at night, or dreams that you think of during the daytime?
Great question. There is no difference between them.
Really?
There is no difference between a daydream and a night dream. None. Because what causes you to dream?
I don't know that phenomenon.
Your subconscious. What are the most powerful 5 minutes of the day? What do you think?
When you first wake up?
Good guess. The most powerful 5 minutes of the day.
When you have those thoughts. No.
Before you sleep. Before you, and I'm getting goosebumps, so I know I'm telling someone, somebody needs to hear this. The last 5 minutes before you sleep, what happens when you go to sleep? What controls you? Your subconscious. That means your subconscious is running you for the next 8 hours. Do you realize that when you dream, your body is paralyzed? Mm-hmm. You know that, did you?
No.
When you dream, when you go into REM, your body is paralyzed. You do not move. I kick around. Not in REM, you don't. So that 5 minutes before you go to sleep, what should you be saying? This is what I say every single night. I am a writer. I am a lecturer. I'm an inspirer. I'm a motivator. I'm abundant. I am loved. And that's what I talk about every single night. Because what is going to be on my subconscious for the next 8 hours? If I just had a fight with someone and I haven't let it go, what's on my mind for the next 8 hours?
Fighting.
Absolutely. And what is that going to bring into me the very next day?
Anger.
See, I will guarantee you one thing. When you get up on the wrong side of bed, I'll guarantee you weren't thinking that you were prosperous, you were loved, you were this, you were that 5 minutes before you went to bed. I will bet you a month's salary you weren't thinking about it.